How do you know whether a choice in front of you is fear-based or heart-based? Brilliant question. So you know when you're making a fear-based choice because it's very distinguishable from a heart-based choice. Let's talk about this. Fear versus heart. How do you know? Well, fear, if you think about it, in terms of energy, it feels constrictive and restrictive. So if you think about that decision, you know you're kind of holding yourself back. You're kind of holding yourself back. You know that feeling? As in, I was told in the classroom back in school, Tim, put your hands up a little bit more. Can you speak up a little bit more? So next classroom, I was like, I'm going to put my hands up. But I didn't. Why? Because I was feeling this energy that was restrictive, constrictive. I'm like, I can't do it. It's not me. Right? Constriction. So it's fear. Whereas heart, it leads to growth. It leads to adventure. So the feeling is expansion, not constriction. Yes, following so far? Fear focuses on your past wounds. Fear focuses on your past wounds. So if you failed in a business venture, you're likely to not repeat that because you failed before. Yes? Whereas heart is more about what's happening right now. Because if you haven't noticed, success doesn't care about what's happened to you in the past. Success just cares about what you're doing about it right now. True? We are not what happened to us. We are how we responded back to what's happened to us. So therefore, heart is more about what you're doing about it. What you're doing about it. This is the most distinguishable character trait, as well as the feeling. Fear leads to safety and comfort. You know when you're making a fear-based choice because it's literally taking you to where you've always been, as in you're just doing what you've always done, right? Whereas a heart-based choice, think about this, is growth and adventure. You ever notice anytime you're really thinking about like these decisions and decisions that's changed your life, it was aligned towards that. Like those decisions in your past that's changed your life, it was quite scary, right? But the decision you made, which was heart-based, you made it and it led to growth. It led to adventure. It led to renewal of passion, purpose, energy. Yes or no? But was it uncomfortable making that big decision? You bet. So do you think most people give up once they make a heart-based choice? Yes. So the problem in life is not making heart-based choices because everyone kind of follows their heart and take action to a certain extent. The problem is once we make a heart-based choice is allowing fear to pull you back again. Yes or no? That's our biggest problem, right? We do something empowering only to say, I can't do it anymore. And the reason why you do this is because we are more afraid of the solution than we are of the problem. In life, we believe it's those dark things, those terrifying failures that really scares you. But no, you're actually more afraid of the actual successes, the true triumph in life, the actual solutions in life. Now, how do I know? How do you know? Well, think about this. Anytime you had moments where you had to change something, you notice the default mode for us, survival programming, is to seek out ways of coping with that issue. Such as when I used to struggle with anxiety and what triggered it was people. So I struggled with social anxiety. That's why I was homebound. So anytime I had a moment to go outside and especially go to school, what did I do? I was like, no, I don't want to go to school. It's triggering me. So I created coping mechanisms. Instead of going to school and facing that fear, I coped. I said to mum, I'm ill. I can't go to school. Get that day break. And I'll create these coping mechanisms to delay the changes happening. How many know what I'm talking about? Saying it's not the right time. That's called a coping mechanism. So therefore, the biggest problem in life is not the problem, it's you coping with the problem. That's your biggest problem. Coping with the issue is your greatest obstacle right now. So you got to ask yourself, how am I coping with my problem? Am I showing up or am I quitting? Am I really going for it when times are tough or am I hiding? Ask yourself, are your actions making you more visible or is it making you more invisible? Because understand, our light terrifies us more than our dark. We're like kids in a movie literally covering our eyes, not in the scary parts, but the moment of sheer triumph and elation. We're terrified of seeing our full potential, because in a lot of ways, your full potential is terrifying. To be in the light, to be the greatest version of you. You're going to trigger some ordinary people around you, that's for sure. If you dare to go for it in this lifetime, some people around you might not even understand you anymore, right? Meaning you'll feel like you're definitely alone and left out now. So it is our triumph, our light that terrifies us. And this is why we create choices in life to prevent that from happening. So understand this. We are robbing ourselves from the life we want unconsciously. Not the most precious things to ever hear in your life, but if you was to be gifted the chance to have unlimited success or happiness, the chances are you probably wouldn't be like, no, thanks, Tim. You'd be like, Tim, where did I sign up? Yes or no? But if you analyze your behaviors, why am I doing what I'm doing? What choices am I making when I'm making choices? You realize you are robbing yourself from the very things you actually want. And if you don't believe me, just imagine going an entire month without procrastinating, without hesitating, without running away again, without saying I can't afford it, without saying I can't go for it. And you realize it's quite hard to imagine. And then you'll wake up to the truth we're uniquely addicted to our patterns of self-sabotage as us human beings.